Ever wondered why, despite the simplicity of the golden rule, humans struggle to adhere to it consistently? The golden rule. It's a concept as old as time, found in nearly every culture and religion around the globe. It's beautifully simple. Treat others as you would like to be treated. It's a principle that encourages empathy, kindness, and respect. It's an ideal that, if universally practiced, could potentially solve many of the world's conflicts and misunderstandings. However, despite its simplicity and universal acceptance, it's a rule that we, as humans, often struggle to abide by consistently. Why is this? Why do we find it so difficult to consistently treat others as we would want to be treated? It's not for lack of understanding. The golden rule is easy to comprehend, nor is it for lack of desire. Most of us, if asked, would agree that it's a good rule to live by. So what's the problem? Why can't we seem to live up to this golden standard? The issue is complex, multifaceted, and deeply rooted in our psychology. It's not merely a matter of human nature, but a confluence of various psychological factors that influence our behavior. Some psychologists suggest that our struggle with the golden rule could be due to our inherent self-interest, our innate desire to put our needs and wants first. Others propose that cognitive biases, those little mental shortcuts we all use to make sense of the world, might be to blame. Still, others believe that societal pressures and norms play a significant role in our struggle to consistently practice the golden rule. As we explore these theories, remember, this isn't about passing judgment or pointing fingers. It's about gaining a deeper understanding of ourselves and our fellow humans. It's about exploring the fascinating complexities of the human psyche and how they influence our behavior. So if the golden rule seems so straightforward, why do we as humans struggle to follow it consistently? Let's delve into some psychological theories for answers. The first theory we'll explore is Richard Dawkins' selfish gene theory. This theory suggests that our genetic makeup is the driving force behind our actions. It's an intriguing concept that introduces a different perspective on human behavior. Imagine our genes as tiny, self-serving entities, each striving for survival. They influence our behavior, nudging us towards actions that increase their odds of survival and replication. This might mean prioritizing our own needs, desires, and well-being over those of others. It's a bit like being in a lifeboat with limited resources. Our genes compel us to grab the last piece of bread, even if someone else is also hungry. But here's where things get tricky. The golden rule, the moral principle of treating others as we would want to be treated, demands selflessness. It calls for us to share that last piece of bread, to put others' needs on par with our own. Yet, our genes, in their relentless pursuit of survival, may not always align with this altruistic ideal. So the selfish gene theory paints a different picture of human nature. It suggests that our struggle to abide by the golden rule might not just be a matter of moral weakness or lack of willpower. It might also be a tug-of-war between our genes and our ideals. Indeed, our inherent genetic drive to survive might make it challenging to always put others' needs on par with our own. Our next stop on this psychological journey is the theory of cognitive dissonance. This theory, first proposed by social psychologist Leon Festinger, posits that humans are driven by an inherent desire for internal consistency. Imagine our thoughts, feelings, and actions as a harmonious chorus, each part contributing to a beautifully unified piece. But what happens when a note strikes out of key, disrupting the harmony? That's cognitive dissonance. It's the discomfort we feel when our actions conflict with our beliefs or values. Take the golden rule, for instance. We all agree with the principle of treating others as we'd like to be treated. However, in practice, this doesn't always happen. We might gossip about a friend, act selfishly, or prioritize our needs over others. In doing so, we create a discord in our internal chorus. Faced with this disharmony, we strive to resolve it. But instead of modifying our behavior to match our beliefs, which would be the ideal solution, we often choose the easier path. We rationalize our actions, craft justifications, or even alter our beliefs to fit our actions. This way we restore our internal consistency, but at the cost of straying from the golden rule. Cognitive dissonance is, therefore, a psychological tug-of-war between our actions and beliefs. It's a battle that we often resolve in favor of our actions, leading to a compromise of our principles. Cognitive dissonance, then, could be another reason we find it hard to consistently adhere to the golden rule. Finally, let's consider the concept of moral licensing. This intriguing psychological phenomenon is a bit like giving ourselves permission to slack off. Imagine you've just spent a week eating healthily and hitting the gym every day. You feel good about yourself, right? You're on top of the world. And then you see a slice of chocolate cake. Your brain tells you, hey, you've been good all week. You've earned this. And so you indulge. Now apply this idea to the realm of moral behavior. Sometimes when we've done something good, we feel like we've earned the right to do something a little less virtuous. This is moral licensing in action. It's a little bit like a moral bank account. We deposit good deeds and then feel like we can withdraw and spend them on less noble actions. This concept can have profound implications for our adherence to the golden rule. If we feel like we've banked enough good deeds, we might feel licensed to act in ways that are less considerate or empathetic. Perhaps we've helped an elderly neighbor with their groceries, donated to a charity, or volunteered at a local event. These actions make us feel good about ourselves. They reassure us that we are good, moral individuals. But this self-satisfaction can come with a catch. Feeling good about our past actions can lead us to slack off in the future. We might feel that we've earned the right to be less considerate, less kind, or less empathetic. We might feel justified in prioritizing our own needs or wants over those of others, in direct contradiction of the golden rule. But it's important to remember that morality isn't a balance sheet. We can't spend good deeds on bad behavior. Every action we take, every decision we make matters. Each moment is an opportunity to act with kindness, with empathy, with consideration for others. Moral licensing, then, offers yet another explanation for why we might struggle to uphold the golden rule consistently. In conclusion, while the golden rule is simple in concept, adhering to it is a complex psychological challenge. The selfish gene theory suggests our inherent drive to ensure personal survival. Cognitive dissonance illuminates the mental discomfort we experience when our actions don't align with our beliefs. And moral licensing reveals our tendency to justify not-so-golden actions after doing good. Perhaps understanding these psychological hurdles can help us become more conscious of our actions and strive harder to live up to the golden rule. After all, understanding is the first step to change.